Giro here for Umbra Games with the review of Batman Arkham VR, played on PSVR, but also released on Windows PC in April of 2017. Batman Arkham VR is brought to us by Rocksteady Studios, the same developers that brought us the critically acclaimed Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight. Kevin Conroy returns to voice Batman, and Mark Hamill is there for the Joker as well. The game takes place in between Arkham City and Arkham Knight in the timeline, and has Batman attempting to find Nightwing and Robin who have stopped responding to communications. A VR headset is required to play this game, and you look through the eyes of Batman as you explore crime scenes, meet a few characters, and solve some puzzles. To move Batman, you use the headset to look at travel points and press the triangle to go there in a flash. You can press down on the D-pad to face the opposite direction if you as a player are sitting down instead of standing up and looking around. Batman has access to a forensic investigation tool, the grapnel gun, and some batarangs. The forensic tool will shine a light and follow the direction you move with the headset, and similar to Arkham games, you can discover clues and X-ray bodies with it. The grapnel gun is used to exit areas or pull objects in the distance, and the batarang is mainly used for opening control panels during puzzle sequences. Now, I won't spoil the plot because this game only takes about 45 minutes to get through, and if the plot is spoiled, well, you really don't have much left to experience. The gameplay takes place during shifting, disjointed events, of which there could have been 100 different generic plots to string them together. As Bruce Wayne, you can move around a room in Wayne Manor before suiting up. As Batman, you do some forensic investigation in an alley, look for clues in a morgue room, chat with Penguin at the Iceberg Lounge, and then spend a minute solving some puzzles in the sewers. Now, while you just observe the action, I will say during the iconic done-to-death, pun intended, murder scenes of Thomas and Martha Wayne, it was actually pretty neat seeing it from Bruce's perspective, while the killer looks you in the eyes. Now, I'm not too experienced in VR games yet at this point, but the character models in this game look pretty fantastic. Coming face to face with the Joker did resonate with me a bit emotionally, and looking into the mirror and seeing Batman's face and head move with mine was kind of fun. Once you make it through the story the first time, you can replay any chapter with added Riddler content, hunting down 30 riddles and puzzles that take you to a memory-style board game where you can unlock additional vehicles and character models and bios. The Riddler content is pretty on par for the rest of the Arkham series and will probably honestly take you twice as long to find and solve each of them in every scene than the core game itself does. So the graphics and character models look good, and there's some decent Riddler content, but the jolty movement system, the less than 45-minute adventure, kinda just feels like a bunch of things thrown together just so a VR title could be produced. Rated using the point-and-click adventure criteria, Batman Arkham VR gets a 60 out of 100 on a true 1 to 100 scale. Now, my 5-star rating for VR experiences. When we look at immersion, as mentioned, the Child Bruce scene was immersive, seeing Batman's reflection was nifty, but the interaction with the environment and click to move kinda broke that. No star. With play control, using the VR headset to look at which object I needed to manipulate was pretty solid. Same with aiming the 3 gadgets. Star. Necessity of VR. This game would be nothing without VR. It's too short for a point-and-click adventure, and a few moments rely heavily for their impact on where you're looking. Star. Interactivity. Now this goes back to, are you doing things? Does it truly qualify as a game? I mean, there are a few puzzles, there's a bit of investigation, but there is just a whole lot of observation. No star. Finally is quality. While what's here is well made, I really struggle with the existence of this game and others like it. Arkham VR just feels like an intro into a bigger game, giving us a glimpse of a world where we see a brief on-rails tour of it. Felt like a push for either Sony or Rocksteady to have a VR point on the board. No star. Totaled up, we have a 2-star VR experience with Batman Arkham VR. This is Giro for Umbra Games. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel for notifications of new VR videos, or follow me on Twitter @Umbra Games.